Hello, this is ReptilesRock09 doing an updated video of my weapons. Actually, every single weapon in this video is homemade, so you can see I got a little bored, so I got a little crazy with the hafted weapons. Anyway, I'll just start at this end. Down here is, I'd say a warhammer slash battle axe. It's kind of a cross. You can call it whatever you want. None of these are really by the book, and some of them may be fantasy, some of them may be just normal work tools, but they're all basically types of medieval weapons they would have used back then. So that's that one. Then this one is, I tried to make it like an Indian war club. You can see you've got this great big stone down here on the end. That's actually a rock I drilled through, and then a spike on the back. So it's kind of like the Native American war clubs they would use, or Aztecs, whatever. And then this one is just kind of some of these weapons I may have had in previous videos, and I just forgot. Anyway, then this one's just kind of a stick with metal on the end. It's not real proud of this one at all. Then this is just kind of a I did a lot of spiky things because I was bored. Just kind of a really spiky club. Got a big spike on the back and lots of spiky nails, and it's fun to hit stuff with. And then this here's a Viking battle axe I've got. You can see it's just like a typical axe. Oh, by the way, I've had some people request me do a tutorial on how I make some of these, because I will say that all of the weapons I make, you could literally go out and chop wood with. I make these things so that you can do just about whatever you want with them. That's kind of, yeah, I pride myself in being able to make these weapons actually usable. However, I will not do a tutorial, because if somebody goes out and kills somebody with a weapon I showed them how to make, I don't want to be responsible for that. So I will not do any tutorials on these, so don't ask. Yeah, anyway, then next here, this is my throwing spear. I based it on the Roman, on how the Romans made their spears, because some do the spears with the short arrow-shaped heads. You can see I've got one, well, oh yeah, there it is. With that one's extra wide, but then people do heads like that. But then the Romans they were kind of like a bolt, and that's what this is, and it's great. This spear you can throw so accurate. I love this one. You can see it's got a short shaft, which I was kind of bummed at first, but I found that it makes it easier to throw, and it makes it go more accurate and everything like that. Anyway, then next, this is just another typical spear, except I had kind of a chain and a small grappling hook for grabbing stuff and then stabbing it, so that's pretty cool. Then next, this one I really like. It's my giant mace. You can see it's got a great big handle. This thing's heavy as all get out, and man, it's fun to smash stuff with. Nice and spiky, yes. Yeah. Anyway, then this is my spiked club. You can see it's got little nail studs on one end for basically punching holes in whatever you hit. It's got a big spike on the other end for punching a bigger hole in whatever you hit. And then this one's just kind of something I made in my spare time. Giant meat cleaver attached to a long stick. Kind of just for, basically for fun. And then this one's a double-headed spear. Yep, just typical double-headed spear. And also, I got kind of crazy with the flails. So here I've got double-headed flail, 2 sledgehammer heads. You can see one's bigger, the other's smaller. Great, fun to smash stuff with. Then I got a single-headed flail, and this was actually a chunk of, it's like 10 pounds, something like that. And man, this thing really smashes. Yeah. So then those are just, and then I also here I've got a spiked club with a small flail attached. Then I've got a small club with a large flail, or whatever you want to call, spiked head attached. So those are the flails. Then I've got this one I'm not real pleased with. It was supposed to be a wide-headed spear, but as you know, I make everything homemade, so I cut a shovel up, and it really doesn't work that well. It's just not thick enough to make decent spear work of. Yeah, and then over here I've got, it's kind of a Grim Reaper type thing. Didn't mean it to be, but that's actually how it turned out. It's great. You can see it's got like a spiked knife on that end, kind of like the Grim Reaper thing. Then just a typical spear, spike thing, whatever you want to call it on the other end. Yeah. Then over here is a war scythe. So that one's pretty cool. I like that one. Though I'm afraid I didn't get a decent blade, and it's flimsier than I thought. And then over here is a spear with a spiked head. Yeah, you can see I used it for the shaft of that one. I used a long branch I found instead of a instead of like a handle of something, which didn't actually turn out that well. And then this one's just another really spiked club. You can see I got 3 big spikes on one end and an even larger spike on the other end. And then this one over here was an attempt at a halberd. I am not real pleased with this one because the spike on the top's okay, but I'm afraid the hatchet head just doesn't look authentic. It needs to be a lot bigger and everything. So that one, not real pleased with, but you know, it works. It hasn't broken yet. So, and this one was an attempt at an Aztec war club. Now, it may not look like it, but that's what I call it. You can call it whatever you want. I just call it fun to smash stuff with. So, yeah, so those are my latest homemade weapons. Comments, questions, anything like that. And by the way, I am not gay, so please stop discussing that in the comments below, because that's really getting annoying. Anyway, so comments, questions, what I'm doing great, what I'm doing awful, please feel free to add them. Thanks. Bye.